All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're gonna do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get some NBA picks and props for Wednesday, November 1st slate of games. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I was 1-0 yesterday because I gave out the New York Knicks -2.5 against the Cleveland Cavs. It was a little bit of a saucy game in the first half. We were down there big a little bit. But the Knicks, they just fought back. Their defense was stellar in the second half, and they ended up winning and covering that game for us. So shout out New York.
Seth?
Yeah, and I had the Clippers -7.5. Magic are coming off a back-to-back. But the Clippers fell asleep. They got James Harden, so they were too busy thinking about that. They haven't shown up in this game. They're currently losing by 3 in the third. I mean, they still theoretically can still hit this if they go on a big run. But I honestly do not like our chances right now.
Yeah, and then I've got the Spurs right now, +6.5 going up against the Phoenix Suns. These Spurs are fighting hard. They were down by 20-plus points. They've cut it to 13 going into the fourth quarter, 95-82 right now. So hopefully they can make the comeback in the fourth quarter or at least cover the spread for us. But let's move on to our plays for tomorrow. Trey, how have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to be attacking the Chicago Bulls at Dallas Mavericks game. And this game's going to be very fun to watch. But both teams, they've kind of had opposite starts to begin their season. The Bulls, we all know this by now, they had a players-only meeting after the first game after getting blown out at home by the Thunder by 20 points. And ever since that players' meeting, it has not looked even so far good for them. They still have a negative 2-point differential since that game. And the Mavericks, they come in this game scorching hot, 3-0, undefeated so far. And they've scored 125-plus points in every single game so far this season. And I do expect that to continue here in this game. Give me the over 225.5 total points here. And if the Mavericks just score their average here, then we just need the Bulls to just simply reach triple digits, which I think is easily doable because this Bulls team, the only thing they know what to do is just shoot the ball. It doesn't go in all that much, but they still put up a lot of shots and they don't play that good defense. Caruso can only guard so many people. Everybody else besides him and possibly Patrick Williams is strictly a defensive liability. I expect Luka and Kyrie just to sauce up the Chicago Bulls backcourt of Colby White and Zach LaVine in this game. And the fragile Bulls ego are going to respond in the only way they know how to, and that is to just try to put the ball in the bucket as many times as they possibly can. I really love the over for this game. The over has hit in both matchups. These two teams played against each other last season. So I expect that to carry forward to this season. Give me the over 225.5 total points in the Bulls versus Mavericks game.
I love it, Trey. You know I love overplays. Seth?
Yeah, so for my pick, I'm going to go to the Washington Wizards, the defenseless Washington Wizards, and the Atlanta Hawks, and I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks team total over 122.5 points. The biggest thing here for me in this game is that the Wizards just do not play defense at all. Through their first 3 games, they have allowed 375 points. The Hawks are coming off an impressive come-from-behind win and put together an extremely impressive second half against the Timberwolves. I really like the Hawks here in this matchup as they have won 2 in a row and have beat the Bucks and Timberwolves in their last 2 games. On top of that, over their last 2 games, the Hawks have scored 254 points and have outscored their opponents 254 to 223. The Hawks will look to build on last season as they dominated in home games with a 27-14 record. The Wizards will struggle here again on the defensive side of the ball, so the Hawks should put up plenty of points here. So I like the Hawks to score over their team total of 122.5. Like I said, over their last 2 games, they've scored 254 points. This Wizards team just does not play defense. If you watch them, you can tell that they don't. So just take the Atlanta Hawks here with their team total over points.
Yeah, I know all about that. I do like to play for my play today. I'm going to be looking at the Boston Celtics again, but this time I'm going to take them going up against the Indiana Pacers. I'm going to take the over again, 231.5 points scored in the game. 2 nights ago, we did cash the Boston Celtics going up against the Wizards over, and it was mainly due to the Boston scoring a bunch of points in that game. Like Seth said, the Wizards don't have a defense. They've scored an average of 122.5 points over the last 2 games, and I expect that to continue going up against the Pacers, who have allowed a lot of points this season as well already. Last time I gave out the Boston over, people asked why I didn't take the team total, and that's because I thought the Wizards would be able to score. They didn't do a great job, but this Indiana Pacers team can score. I will trust them to put up at least 110 points on the Boston Celtics, as they have scored 125-plus points in 2 of their last 3 games. I think this one should be a shootout between these 2 teams. So I'm going to take the over 231.5 as my play, guys. So let's go with the player props. Trey, start us off.
And I won the game pick, but I lost the player prop. That's because I gave out Donovan Mitchell to go over 45.5 PRAs versus the Knicks. And he kind of showed up in the first half and then kind of fell asleep in the second half. Maybe the former Knicks GM was right. He is not a singular force and just not a difference maker. He's just, come on, Donovan.
Wow. Harsh words from Trey. Seth?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was a little irritated, but we still have a chance on mine. I took Cole Anthony over 16.5 points, rebounds. This game was 9-8 with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Until Cole Anthony came in, he started cooking, but he picked up 3 early fouls. He's at 4 points, 1 rebound. We only need about 12 points here for this to hit. I think this is very doable in the second half if he stays out of foul trouble, because he put up 4 really quick points in the first quarter.
Yep, and then I went 0-1-0. I had Eric Gordon over 14.5 points going up against the Spurs. That game's still going on, but Eric Gordon had 14 in the first half. We just needed 1 bucket in the second half, and he's got 20 right now in the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. So he did catch that with ease for us. But let's move on to our plays for tomorrow. Trey, how have you started us off?
Yeah, I started off the season 5-0, lost 2 games in a row, and I refuse to give out a loser today. So I found my favorite player on the board. Give me Tyus Jones over 18.5 points, assists versus the Hawks. This might be one of my favorite plays on the Wednesday slate. That's because Jones, he is a key cog in this Wizards offense so far this season, and he's going to be guarded by Trae Young in this game. And through the first 4 Hawks game, guys, this is how the guy that Trae Young has guarded has done. In game 1, Young allowed Rozier to get to 30 PAs. Game 2, Young allowed Brunson to get to 38 PAs. Game 3, Young allowed Malik Beasley to get to 19 PAs. And in game 4, yes, Young, he only held Mike Conley to 9. So he is 3-1 to the over so far. And I expect Young to get back to his terrible defensive ways in this game. And that's because Jones, he's a pretty good player. He's averaging 27 minutes per game, and he's extremely effective in those minutes as well, because he's averaging 13.7 points per game while shooting 52% from the field. And he's also averaging 6.7 assists per game on only 1.3 turnovers per game. And he is a great game manager, and he just takes advantages of opportunities given to him whenever teams crush on Poole and Kuzma, and they just leave Jones open on the perimeter to either shoot the 3 or get a layup. So I love Tyus Jones in this game. I think he's going to easily get to 20 PAs. Give me Tyus Jones to go over 18.5 PAs versus the Hawks.
I love it, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, and when I saw who the Wizards were playing, I went right to that game and picked out a prop I really, really liked, and that's Dejounte Murray over 23.5 points assist. Dejounte Murray is coming off an impressive outing against the Timberwolves, where he went for 41 points and 5 assists. Murray is currently averaging 21.3 points per game and 5.5 assists per game, which puts him up over this total, and he has hit this over in 2 out of his 3 games this season. But the big thing here is Murray will be getting by far his easiest defensive matchup to this point. The Wizards do not play defense. It's just not what they do. They have 2 players in particular, which I'm not going to name, that all they think about is how many shots they will throw up, so they forget to play defense. They are allowing 19.8 points per game and 7.3 assists per game to the shooting guard position. And what really makes me like Murray here is he also has 5 steals through his last 3 games. So he's very good at providing fast break opportunities that can lead to easy points and assists. Take Dejounte Murray here, as he really got things cooking in his last game. And I look for him to stay aggressive in this game against a defense that allows a ton of points.
I like it, Seth. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at Tyrese Haliburton to go over his points plus assists. I do want to point out that he is questioned before this game. If he does not play, you might as well throw out my game pick over as well, because this guy is the reason the Pacers team is scoring a lot of points, because he's one of the best distributors of the ball in the NBA. He's also a sharpshooter from the outside, and I expect him to score at least 20 points in this game while adding his normal 10-plus assists. If we look at the first games for Haliburton, he scored 19-plus points in all 3 games, and he's had 10-plus assists in all 3 games. He's averaging 20 points per game and 12.3 dimes per game, and I expect that to continue going up against this Boston Celtics team, which should be a fast-paced, high-scoring game. Give me Tyrese Haliburton to go over his points plus assists in this game against the Celtics. In his last game against the Bulls, his PA number was 28.5. So I do expect it to be somewhere around there. But again, make sure you keep your eye on it. He is questionable for the game. I'm going to throw out another player prop, Bruce Brown over points. If Tyrese Haliburton is out, they got to score points somehow. So if Haliburton does not play, I like Bruce Brown to go over 15-plus points. But guys, let's take a look at the graphic. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, I gave out the over 225 total points in the Bulls versus Mavericks game. Mavericks, they're averaging 125 themselves, so we just need Bulls to reach triple figures, which I think is easily doable. I also gave out Tyus Jones over 18.5 PAs versus the Atlanta Hawks. Tyus Jones, he's a key cog in this Wizards offense. He dishes a lot of assists, and we just need him to get to double-digit points, which I think is easily doable against Trae Young.
Seth? Yeah, and I put the Hawks spread down, which I really don't mind the Hawks spread at all, but my go-to play in this game is going to be the Atlanta Hawks team total over 122.5 points. And then I do have Dejounte Murray going over 23.5 points assist. The Wizards don't play defense, guys. Anytime the Wizards play a team, just go to the other team and take a prop because they're not likely to play defense on anybody.
Yeah, and then I'm going with the Boston versus Pacers over 231.5 points and Tyrese Haliburton over PA. Again, he is questionable for the game. Hopefully he does play. I'm assuming he is going to play, but just keep an eye on it. I like Bruce Brown over 15-plus if he does not play. But let's take a look at the teams for this week. We've got a little shuffled up roster for myself, but Trey, we'll start with your team first.
Yeah, and I added DWD436. He was a guy that played on my team last week, but he said, if you need me, you can throw me in your lineup. So here you go. You made the team back-to-back weeks. You played pretty good for me last week, so I just need another hot week to carry this team. And then also got Chris Corrier as my point guard, Frosty as my shooting guard, first week game as my small forward, and then Sweet Miracle Robinson as my power forward. So I love my team. My team won last week. I love my chances to go back-to-back.
Yeah, and Trey, we do have those names. Remember, if you were on Team Trey, join us Friday night on our live show. We're going to spin the wheel and give you guys some money to the winning team, or at least one of the five some money, whoever wins that one. But Seth, what's your team looking like?
Yeah, and ignore my –
it is game over. Do you see who his center is?
Oh, no. Travarsky
Green. It's a freaking game over, dude.
That's a 5-0 record.
Sorry, Seth, go on.
Yeah. Ignore the Cole Anthony because that was from my last night's pick. But I did bring Mally GG back. He wanted back on the team. 4-1 last time for me. He was great. So I brought him in. Dennis R. Burns, loved my Luka pick. He said, hey, I want to go to Team Seth. He said, I ran it with Teets last year. He said, let me go to Team Seth and we can run it. So I took him. I said, okay, Dennis, let's go. And then Tavarsky Green, baby. Let's go.
Dennis,
dude, your front court is loaded.
Dennis, how dare you?
Front court is loaded.
That's crazy. I mean, you got two All-Stars at the 4 and the 5. There was a guy on here on the comments that kept saying #Teets. So I made him his own page. I don't know if you saw that, Trey. So I made Teets a team. You're on Teets' team. If you want to give us a pick, go for it. But Teets is no longer here. But I did put you on Teets' team.
Something needs to be said because you are short 2 players as we're going to put your team on the thing. And look at Seth's team. The 2 players that you need, Dennis Burns and Travarsky Green, chose Seth over you. That is just a kick to the stomach.
Take the knife out of my back, Trey. Like, damn, I can't believe this shit. Yeah, I need 2 players. Tryouts on this team are hard. So the coach is going to get on you. We got 3 people willing to be on the team up there. So if you do see your name, guys, on any of our teams, make sure you comment with a player prop in the comment section down below on this video. And if you want to be on my team, if you want to play for your chance to win $25 at the end of the week, I do need 2 more players. So comment hashtag what?
I must say, Rod Parlays tried to come over to my team too. So
I saw that. I was like, bro, I already got you down. I don't got any picks to trade. I need to keep you. But yeah, if you see your name on any of the things, comment a player prop down below and your team. So for my team, it'd be #Bear, and then Rod Parlays and everybody would comment a player prop. But if you want to be on my team, #Bear tomorrow with a player prop. We'll get you in here. And yeah, I'm excited for it. We're going to go 5 more days. It'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be our last pick. And then Monday we'll pick new teams. Tuesday we'll do it all over again. $25 for your chance to win to the winning team. So guys, I'm going to do it for NBA plays and props for Wednesday, November 1st slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video. And thanks for watching. Multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,